1971. A group of college students answered a simple advertisement. They wanted some extra money. The experiment would last 2 weeks. The students arrived at Stanford University. They laughed. They joked. They signed the paperwork. Nobody was afraid. This was supposed to be a psychology experiment. The researchers had a simple question. What happens when ordinary people are given power? The scientists built a prison, a fake prison hidden inside Stanford University basement. The volunteers were divided into 2 groups. One group became prisoners. The other became guards. The prisoners lost their names. They were given numbers. The guards received uniforms, dark sunglasses, batons. The rules were simple. It sounded like a game, but something strange was already happening. The uniforms changed people, and what happened next would shock the world. The experiment officially began, but the prisoners were not prepared for what came next. One morning, police officers arrived at their homes. The students were suddenly arrested. Some were handcuffed in front of neighbors. Some were searched in public. Many felt embarrassed. Many felt confused. But this was all part of the experiment. Police cars transported them to the prison. The students sat quietly during the ride. For the first time, everything felt real. They arrived at the prison basement. The guards were already waiting. The prisoners were ordered to stand in line. Their belongings were taken away. Their names were taken away. From now on, they would only be known by numbers. The experiment had entered a dangerous new stage. The first day passed quietly. The guards watched the prisoners closely. The prisoners followed the rules. Everything seemed under control. But on the second day, everything changed. The prisoners had enough. They refused to obey the guards. Some shouted back. Some locked themselves inside their cells. Others ripped the numbers from their uniforms. The guards were shocked. They had lost control. The rebellion spread through the prison. The prisoners demanded respect. The guards demanded obedience. Tension filled every room. Then the guards fought back, and the experiment became darker than anyone expected. The rebellion was crushed. The guards had regained control, but something had changed. The guards were becoming more aggressive, more demanding, more controlling. They ordered prisoners to do push-ups. They forced them to stand for long periods. They woke them up during the night, again and again. The prisoners became exhausted. Some stopped arguing. Some stopped resisting. The guards began enjoying their authority. The uniforms no longer felt like costumes. The roles no longer felt fake. Students were becoming guards. Students were becoming prisoners. The line between reality and experiment was disappearing. Nobody remembered it was just an experiment anymore. Days passed inside the prison. The pressure kept growing. The prisoners were constantly watched. They had little privacy. They had little control. Many felt trapped. Many felt powerless. One prisoner suddenly broke down. He started screaming. He started crying uncontrollably. He begged to leave. At first, the guards ignored him. They thought he was pretending, but he wasn't pretending. The emotional pain was real. Soon, other prisoners began struggling too. Some became withdrawn. Some stopped talking. Some lost hope completely. The fake prison no longer felt fake. The students were forgetting the outside world. The experiment was taking control of their minds. And the worst was still yet to come. The guards were changing. Day by day, they became more aggressive. More rules appeared. More punishments appeared. The guards enjoyed being in control. Some began humiliating the prisoners. Some gave pointless orders. Others punished prisoners for small mistakes. The prisoners rarely fought back. Most had become obedient. Most had become exhausted. The prison felt real now. The guards felt powerful. The prisoners felt powerless. Even the researchers noticed the change. Something was going wrong. The experiment was no longer a game. The students were becoming their roles. Guards acted like real guards. Prisoners acted like real prisoners. The line between acting and reality disappeared, and the situation was becoming dangerous. Much more dangerous than anyone expected. The experiment entered its 6th day. The atmosphere inside the prison felt heavy. The prisoners looked defeated. Many had stopped resisting. Many had lost hope. The guards controlled almost everything. Some guards became increasingly cruel. Others simply watched. Nobody seemed willing to stop it. Even the researchers became part of the system. The prison was consuming everyone. Then a young woman visited the experiment.